A tragic and true story unfolded recently, leaving those who heard it deeply unsettled. A woman whose identity remains private had reached out for prayers after being diagnosed with cancer. She pleaded for divine mercy and healing, hoping for a miracle to ease her suffering. Her illness, however, carried an unsettling origin. Magic, jinn, and supernatural forces, real yet unseen, seemed to have played a role in her condition. Her experience served as a cautionary tale, a lesson in being mindful of one's actions and surroundings. This woman had visited a relative's home for a gathering in La Luquette. In this household, there was a dedicated prayer room, an area known for its sanctity. She was well aware that this space was believed to be inhabited by pious jinn, unseen beings who engaged in worship and did not tolerate impurity. When the time for prayer arrived, she performed ablution and entered the room with reverence. Immersed in her worship, she completed her prayer and then, in a moment of distraction, took out her phone. Unaware of the consequences, she began capturing selfies and recording short videos while sitting on the prayer mat. Soon after, an unsettling sensation overcame her. A wave of uneasiness gripped her, compelling her to leave the room in haste. Upon reaching home, her health took a rapid and alarming turn for the worse. Her family rushed her to the hospital where doctors diagnosed her with a severe illness. What began as a mere discomfort soon escalated into a life-threatening condition: cancer. Now pain consumed her body, making even the simplest tasks unbearable. Clothing became an agony against her skin. She sought prayers from everyone, desperate for relief. Uncertainty clouded the cause of her illness. Was it something in her food, a curse of black magic? Or had the jinn, disturbed by her actions in their sacred space, inflicted this suffering upon her? Hadith suggests that jinn flow through human veins like blood, capable of influencing health and well-being. Many speculated that their wrath had manifested as disease. The purpose of sharing this story was to serve as a warning, to remind others to exercise caution. Sacred spaces demand respect, and failing to uphold their sanctity may invite unforeseen consequences. A second tale: the night at the farmhouse. This next account serves as a lesson for those who enjoy traveling and venturing into unfamiliar places. A young woman preferring anonymity shared her chilling experience through an email. She recounted a family trip to a remote farmhouse, far removed from the city's bustling life. The location, though isolated, belonged to trusted acquaintances, ensuring a sense of security. The family, consisting of 40 to 50 members, embarked on their journey in 2 large buses. They carried food and supplies, intending to cook and celebrate together. The first night passed uneventfully as exhaustion from travel settled over them. The following day unfolded in joy and leisure. Laughter echoed through the farmhouse as they enjoyed breakfast and spent hours indulging in games and conversation. As evening approached, a bonfire was lit to ward off the winter chill. A steaming pot of tea brewed nearby, adding warmth to the gathering. Among the trees surrounding the farmhouse stood an old almond tree and a towering peepal tree. A swimming pool shimmered under the dimming sky, where children splashed and played. Amidst the revelry, a few young women, known for their love of dancing at weddings, decided to perform near the trees. Their movements were carefree, uninhibited by the cautionary warnings of their elders. Then an accident occurred. One of the girls stepped on something sharp, perhaps a thorn, causing her to stumble. Blood trickled from her heel as her family rushed to her aid, dressing the wound before rejoining the gathering. Hours passed and the night deepened. Seated around the fire, they sipped their tea, immersed in lively conversation. Then, without warning, the injured girl's cup slipped from her grasp. Her body stiffened unnaturally. Her arms and legs contorted, her eyes rolled back, and an eerie silence fell upon the group. Suddenly, a low growl escaped her lips. Her body arched in an unnatural manner before she collapsed, unconscious. Panic gripped the family. Women screamed, men rushed to her side, and whispers of fear spread like wildfire. Some murmured prayers seeking divine protection. Then, in a voice not her own, she spoke. The deep, masculine tone sent shivers through the crowd. "Why did you disturb my sleep? Why did you disturb my sleep? Now you will suffer the consequences." Terror overtook them all. The elders immediately recognized the sinister presence at play. The joyous atmosphere was now thick with dread. It became clear something beyond human comprehension had been angered. The elders chastised the girls for their heedless dancing beneath the tree, warning that they had likely provoked an unseen entity. Spiritual remedies were sought, and prayers were recited over the afflicted girl. Eventually, she regained consciousness, though her face bore the exhaustion of an unseen battle. Her once bright eyes remained bloodshot, her body drained of energy, but the ordeal was far from over. Upon returning home, her condition worsened. Her back began to ache persistently, making it impossible for her to stand upright. The experience left an indelible mark on the family. The unseen world had made its presence known, leaving them forever wary of the unknown forces that may lurk in the shadows.